Yes, sir. Gender, in my opinion, all genders access to same rewards, opportunities, and resource at a company. Uh, for example, uh, for example, equal consideration of needs, equal opportunity for promotion, and etc.
So,
Sneha.
uh, gender inequality and discrimination in workplace will damage the individual quality of life and relations, etc. Women experience gender inequality in workplace. It will um, it will affect their confidence. Mm, Gender inequality is the unfair treatment of men or women in any situation. It will affect uh, for their salary, and also that's all.
Sir, in my opinion, gender equality is in workplace is more important because it is intrinsically linked to sustainable development and is virtual to the realization of human rights for all. Then mm, the overall objective of gender equality is a society in which women and men enjoy the same opportunities and rights in all sphere of life. Thank you.
So, in my opinion, when you take the time to avoid gender discrimination, you can increase productivity, alleviate conflict, and reduce the chance of legal issues. Gender equality is key in order to capture the skills, ideas, and perspective that each gender has to offer. Not only that, but people want to work at companies that prioritize equality. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hello, sir. Gender equality, in my opinion, gender equality in the workplace means both making sure women have the same opportunities and are paid the same as men for equal work. To help address this, our women's gender equality prevents violence against women and girls. Societies that value women and men as equal are safer and healthier. Thank you.
Hello. I support to the objective opinion because gender equality provides equal opportunity to both men and women, and it to provide a equal pay for equal work. It is more important in our society. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else to any other points or anyone else? Okay, with this we will finish the GD session. And now what I'm going to say is uh, we have already completed third module, and now we are going to discuss fifth module. Okay, fourth module will be taken by a guest, preferably after Onam vacation. Uh, so I am going to the fifth module, without handling the fourth module. Okay, so uh, so in the fifth module, what we have to learn is about letter writing and some other topics. Okay, like so module 5 is about formal writing. Okay, so in this module we are going to learn about letter writing, then report writing, and what are the different types of report, how to write a report, like that. A few topics we are going to discuss. So in formal writing means uh, uh, official writing. So we are going to another topic called technical writing. Okay, so we are dividing overall the topic level is it is module heading is actually formal writing, and in that we are going to discuss about technical writing. Okay, so technical writing is actually a style of writing used in delivering technical information regarding a particular subject. Okay, so as we discussed earlier, uh, uh, when we want to inform about a product or a set of activity what we have done to a group of people, so we will prepare a report, or we will uh, prepare some documents, so that the idea or the basic of that will be conveyed to the people who is uh, reading that or listening to. So technical writing is a style of writing used to deliver technical information. So it is only for technical delivering technical information. It is a one kind of formal writing. Okay. So regarding a particular subject, here the intended audience should have certain knowledge about the subject in order to understand a technical jargon and the meaning of the text. So suppose you people are from a background of civil engineering, and then you are going to do some project, or you are going to learn. You have learned some new topic or new technology. So once you have completed that, you wish to inform other people, or you wish to deliver the knowledge that you have acquired to other people. Okay, at that time you will be writing an article, or you will be publishing a paper, or you will be preparing a report on that particular topic. So since it is purely of a branch related to civil engineering, so the people who is reading or listening should have some basic knowledge about that topic. Okay, so that's the importance of technical writing. So technical writing means it is uh, something used when delivering some technical information regarding a particular subject. So the people who is reading this technical writing should have some knowledge about the information, okay, or particular subject. Now, if you go for the difference between technical and literary style, so literary means what? Some poem, some stories, some novels. Uh, so those who that method is called literary writing. So what is the difference between technical writing and literary writing? So we know that technical writing, as I said earlier, technical writing is about a particular technical topic. So people who is reading should have some basic about that particular topic. But for a literary writing, it is not about a technical information. So somebody will be doing some creative work or poems, novels, etc. He will be writing that. So people who is interested, all the people who is interested on that particular topic, they can uh, read that one. It is not necessary that they should have some uh, previous knowledge in that particular topic. So technical writing, it is a process of managing technical information. That word is very important in that particular sentence. In a way that allow people to take action. So people will be reading and they will be applying this knowledge to somewhere. So that is the meaning of that sentence. So what is literary writing? Literary writing is creating innovative, creative work such as poems, novels, and compilations or volumes of creative work. So that is the difference between technical writing and literary writing. So that is the definition of technical writing and literary writing. So what are the purposes of technical writing and literary writing means? Uh, Technical writing is actually written to inform or instruct reader about a certain thing. Okay, that means you are going to study something, going to learn, do a study on a bridge. Uh, what is the life of that bridge? What is the necessary things should be done in order to maintain that bridge in a proper way? Like that, some studies you are conducting. So it is written to inform or instruct the reader about a certain thing. So you want to convey some information to that reader. So that is about technical writing. But literary writing, it is written to entertain or amuse readers. So it is written to entertain or amuse the reader. And that is the purpose of technical writing and literary writing. So why technical writing is used? It is to convey some technical information to a certain people. What is literary writing? It is just written to entertain or amuse reader. So that's the difference. What about the language to be used in the technical writing? So the language used in technical writing is direct, factual, and straightforward. Okay, it should be direct. You should not use any indirect words, so that the people who is reading that should think should take some lot of time to understand what you have written. So suppose think like that you have written a technical article in a literary style. So the your boss or manager who is reading that should think read all those point and think some things for some time and understand that point. So he won't be like to do that. He should understand each of the sentence or the fact immediately after reading that particular topic or particular sentence. Okay, so you should be using a direct or factual or straightforward language uh, while writing the technical writing. But in the case of literary writing, we know that most of the literary writings are not direct. So it is just creative. The article or the idea he want to convey, he will be presenting in some form of creative or imaginative, or he will be using some literary techniques like hyperbole and personification, smiles, metaphors, etc. So it is not direct or factual. Okay. We can conclude like this: literary writing is creative or imaginative writing, so that the people who read won't understand the concept or idea immediately. He should think or he should read it in a certain emotions. Then only he will understand that. Okay, so far we understood what is technical writing, what is literary writing, what is the purpose of technical writing and literary writing, and what is the language to be used in the technical writing and literary writing. Then the third one is about appeal. So the technical writing appeals to the mind. Okay, so but the literary writing appeals to the emotions. So always this creative idea or imaginary idea always focus to the emotions. Technical writing is appeal to the mind, but literary writing is actually appeal to the emotions. And what should be the structure of technical writing and literary writing? Technical writing has technical vocabulary or simple sentences, impersonal, objective tone. Okay, so it will be containing a lot of technical vocabulary. So about this technical vocabulary we have discussed during the module first or first module, and it will be always simple sentences. But in the case of literary writing might have complex sentence structure and linguistic aspect like Okay, that is not clear, ambiguity, etc. Okay, so it will be having a lot of emotions in that, lot of confusions in that. Okay, and it will be of complex structure. So technical writing will be always using technical vocabulary, and it will be of simple sentence. But the literary writing, the structure of a literary writing is always complex, and it will be having some linguistic aspect. Okay, like okay, we can say some emotions and ambiguity, like such something. And what will be the audience of this technical writing? So it is, technical writing is written for those who are knowledgeable about a particular subject area. As I said earlier, an electrical engineer writing something related to electrical, and the person who is reading that also will be from the same field. But literary writing is written for general reader. All kind of readers will be all kind of reader who like this kind of literature will be reading that particular topic. So that is about comparison between uh, technical writing and literary writing. So uh, first is a definition, and then we have discussed about purpose of technical writing and literary writing. Then we have discussed about language to be used in the technical writing and literary writing. In technical writing, the language should be direct language, uh, and it should contain factual. You should not simply write a lot of unwanted points. It should be factual. You should directly come to the fact, and that's what should come in technical writing. And about literary writing, uh, it should be creative or imaginative, and it should use some technique to enhance or to make the reader to read that particular topic. So whenever we are reading a literature, uh, so the people who is reading the literature will be too much interested in that particular topic, and he will be keep on reading till the end. So that is how it is happened, because of the interest the author creates in that reader. It is only because of the interest that created by the author. Okay, so the who is writing literary writing should write in such a way that it should create some interest in the reader, so that he reads it uh, with certain emotions, certain uh, aspect, certain interest. Okay, so that is about literary writing. Then appeal. So technical writing appeals to the mind, and literary writing appeal to emotions. And then we have also seen structure. So it is very simple. Technical writing is actually very simple, but literature writing is complex. And audience is always, technical writings are meant for technical people, but literary writings are always written for general readers. Now about letter writing. Okay, so we know that there are three types of letter: formal letter, informal letter, and semi-formal letter. Okay, so what is this formal writing or formal letters? Formal letter is any letter written in a professional language. So that is the most important word in that particular sentence. Written in the professional language with a prescribed format. So that is another word, important word, for a formal purpose. That it can be a recommendation letter, enquiry letter, complaint letter, covering letter, and so on. All business letters are formal. This is like an official letter. Okay, so it should, all this kind of letter, that is recommendation letter, enquiry letter, or complaint letter, covering letter, or business letters, should be formal. So how, what is the meaning of that formal? It should have a professional language. The language which is used in formal letters should be of professional language, and it should have a prescribed format. We cannot write anything in that formal letter, but we should follow some kind of format whenever we are writing. So, and the format about this format will be different for each of these letters. There will be different format for each of these letters. So, while writing a formal letter, one should keep in mind the following things. It should be in a specific format. So, we know that whenever we are writing a recommendation letter, we should follow some specific format. Or even we can think out about whenever we are requesting something in the college, there will be writing in such a way that there is from to, then a subject, then why we are writing, who we are. Okay, so suppose if you want to get your certificate from college, first what we will write, you'll be writing, I am so and so name, studying in this particular batch. First you will introduce who you are, and then later what you want, and finally you will request, write a sentence requesting please do the needful, something like that. So everything, there is a format. This format will be different for different types of formal letter. So we should use a specified format while writing a formal letter, and we should avoid the use of unnecessary words. We can directly come to the point. Okay, that is the third point. It should be straight to the point. Okay, we should not write in an indirect way. Okay, as I said earlier, uh, uh, it should be direct and factual. That is the most important thing. And it should be relevant and objective, should contain some objective and relevance, and should be polite, even it is a complaint letter. So even if you are writing a complaint letter, you should write it in a polite way. So that is the method of writing formal letter. Okay, so for official purpose, all the business letters are formal letter, and all official letter, I can say like all official letters are formal letter. And what is informal letter? Informal letter, of course, it is uh, just opposite to the formal letters. Okay, it is letter written to someone we know fairly well. Okay, that means the letter written for conveying a message, news, or giving an advice, or congratulate a recipient, and request for some information. So all these kind of letters are informal letter. So it is a personal letter written to whom you are familiar with, like friends, siblings, parents, or any other close one. So that is most, I think, the best sentence in this explanation. It's a personal letter written to whom you are familiar with, like friends. So if you write letter in between, it won't be polite. It won't be using a straight language. Uh, it won't be having a proper format. Uh, when you are writing between your friends, when you are writing to your parents, siblings, etc. So those letters are informal letters. So what is then semi-formal? I think majority of us is familiar with formal and informal letter. Now we will discuss what is semi-formal. Semi-formal letters are usually sent to people who you don't know very well, or to the people or situation which require more sensitive approach. Okay, so typical examples are letters sent by parents to school principal, or to the teachers, or to your landlord, anything like that. So this example you can take. Typical examples are letters sent by parents to uh, school principal or to the teachers. Okay, we don't know them very well, but there should be a sensitive approach when you are reading or responding to the letter. Okay, it is not exactly, it is not completely informal, or it is not completely formal. It is something in between. That is semi-formal. So now the next topic is job application. So whenever you are applying a job, so how you will apply immediately after completing your fourth year? So you have to job. Okay, maybe some of you will be searching for some government job, so they will be writing PSC exams and will be qualifying for the exam. They directly join. Some of you will be going for higher studies, uh, post graduation, etc. Some of you will be applying for some companies for a suitable job position. So when you are sending, how the people will come to know that there is a person like you is graduated civil engineering from KTU or St. Thomas College of Engineering and Technology. The people who actually recruiting won't be knowing that there will be a person, there is a person like like you. So what you have to do is you have to go, you have to approach them and apply for that particular job. So how it is done? First, some of your friends or some of your or through internet you come to know about there is a job vacancy, and that company is recruiting some people. So when you are reading the profile of that job, so they will be listing online, or they will be saying the people uh, should have some qualification or basic knowledge from this list of topic, and they will give you a list of topic like that. Suppose if you are interested in that particular job, uh, you have to apply for it. Okay, now previously when people are very less for job interview and all, or enough qualified, when enough qualified people are very less, people used to go and select the job. Okay, they will first read the job profile, and they will understand that the profile or the topic which is returned, or which is actually listed by the company is interest him. Okay, he's actually interested in that particular topic, he actually want to do some work on that particular topic. So then only he will go and apply. But nowadays, since job opportunities are very less, all the people who is qualified will be applying for all the job. It is not like he likes or she likes. It is nothing like that. The people will be sending job application to all kind of job where uh, he has some basic qualification. So when we are sending job application, we know that uh, normally people used to send a resume. Okay, we might have heard this word resume. So along with that, we will be writing some document or covering letter or application by saying that you are interested in this topic, and if you select, you can perform very well in that particular job. Like that, we will be writing uh, an introduction for the job. So a letter of job application is a document that's sent with your resume to provide additional information about your skill and experience. So normally, whenever you are sending resume to company in form of email, what you will do, you will attach the email, and then you have to write something, right, about you are from this place, and you are actually interested to work in that particular area, something related to their job profile. And if you select me like that, I can do a lot of this kind of work, like that. Some certain introduction you can give. So that is what done using this job application letter. Okay, we will stop here. We will continue in the next class. Okay, I think you have understood something. That is, what we were discussing today is about formal writing. Uh, First, we have compared technical writing and literary writing. And then later we have seen that there are three different types of letters. What is formal, informal, and semi-formal? We have seen what are those letters in detail. And then we were discussing about job application. Okay, we will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you.